I've had Saints fans on the show, and I've asked them this question. What are your thoughts on this new rule? Does it change things with you? But what are your thoughts?
Hey guys, we're on the map today. This is Bo Williams.
And I don't. I mean, let's put it this way: it would have changed the game at that moment. Would the Saints still have won?
Yes, absolutely. Because the Saints get the ball.
I get that.
The Saints get the ball at that spot, 1st and goal. They run the clock out, kick a field goal with 3 seconds left,
Okay.
and they're in the Super Bowl.
Okay, fair enough. I don't like it. I mean, because what are we going to review everything now?
I think that's my issue with it. Just like
you know, as a Saints fan, it was. I mean, I think even an Eagles fan would say that was pass interference. He hit him before the ball was even there. He didn't even look back.
I'll be honest. When it first initially happened, him and I were sitting right here in this room. We were watching the game, and I didn't think it was pass. Not at first. Now, obviously, that's as it's going. When you see the
in real
replay,
time,
I think it was.
You're like,
I saw at the instant I saw it, I was jumping up and down because I knew right there what was going to happen.
Yeah.
First and goal right there. Saints get the ball, kick it. That was the first thing clicked in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for a flag. I'm waiting for a flag. I'm waiting for a flag. And no flag is thrown. Now, the issue is you know, people want to say, oh, that cost the Saints the game. No, that didn't cost the Saints the game.
I don't think
there was a whole bunch of things. I mean, you know, Breeze got outplayed in the 4th quarter. Peyton got outcoached. The offensive line got outplayed by their defensive line.
Yeah, that
is what won the game. That call just happened in the most inopportune moment.
Yes,
but I'm like Chad though. At what point do we say, okay, enough? And see, this is the unintended consequences of replay. Why I don't like replay to begin with. Those referees are right there on top of it.
Right.
You know, and they are right. I would venture to say that they're probably right over 90% of the time.
Right.
And you're not going to get everything right. You're just not. I mean, when the human element is involved, there's going to be error. But these guys are well paid. They're well compensated. They know what they're doing. The problem is there's so many rules now, and everything is so skewed. I don't even know what a catch is anymore.
Right.
I don't even know what a catch is. I'm watching the game and I go, "Oh, that's a catch," and then we go back. "Oh, well, it's not a catch." Okay,
that was a catch.
Really, or the other way around. I mean, and so it's just there's so much involved now. You're just going, I don't know how this is going to go.
Right.
I don't even know anymore.
I think they're overthinking
Overdoing
everything.
Yeah.
It's so much of a all right. You got to have 2 feet in. The ball can't move. I mean, what's the difference?
Or the ball can move, but it can only move if you possess it. Well, if the ball's moving, you're not possessing it.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, if the ball is not under full control, it's not under full control.
Right.
True.
They make it hard to catch it. You got to do a football move to make it a catch.
Okay, and then that goes back to, well, what's a football move?
Right.
A football move to you might be different than a football move to you than you. And so much of the rule is interpretive or subjective.
Yeah.
And then this is what happens. I mean, these conversations are going on almost like that in those huddles. What do you have? Well, what do you have? Well, I got this and I got this.
Yeah.
Because I've been on that end of too. I've done some refereeing too, and that's literally when you're huddling up, you're saying, "What do you got? What do you got? What did you see?" And everybody's telling their side of the story, and you try to put the puzzle together.
Right.
And why should a catch be defined in college? I mean, you know what a catch is in college.
Yeah. Oh, it's clear.
It's
clear.
It's clear as day.
Right.
And then you go to a league that's supposed to be above college,
right?
And they are so overregulated with rules. That's why I don't like watching it either.
Well,
I mean, I'll watch it, but it's hard to watch.
It's hard for players to transition from college to pro, but they've been taught this, and this is a catch, and this is a hit, and this is why you do things.
Right.
You get in pro, and it's like, oh no, everything you just did.
You got to relearn the game.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yes.
Every level, you're learning a new game.
They need to get the college and the NFL game closer together. All they've done is pulled it apart.
Right.
And it's hard. I can't imagine how it is for a receiver, a lineman. I mean, you can't hit anybody in football anymore, or you basically have to hug them, lay them down, put a pillow underneath their head, and kiss them goodnight.
Right.
And that's an okay tackle.
I mean, how many hits have we seen in the last 3-4 years where literally the guy just got hit too hard? So they throw a flag.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, and that's the only
the quarterback. Like he got Clay Matthews hit that quarterback, and he barely.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
fell on him. He didn't really hit him. He fell
Yeah,
on him.
right,
But
right.
then, but 2 games later,
It even helped him up.
yeah, even helped him up.
Well, he knew what was about to happen. He's like, "Oh, my bad."
But then 2 games later, that same Sunday, a linebacker hit a quarterback. I mean, literally knocked the crap out of him. No flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that flight, and again, it's inconsistent because they're having to interpret what the rule means.
Yeah.
Because excessive to you is different than what I think is excessive.
Yeah.
right.
Well, and also it's football.
Yeah.
You saw things saying you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
You know what's
I
going
agree.
to happen to you.
Right.
I've
signed
I've
up
said
for this
that
class.
forever.
Brian Urlacher had the best comment I've ever heard about. They were talking about all this concussion stuff and players suing the league, this, that, and the other. He said it's real simple. If you don't want a concussion, don't play.
Right.
He said, I knew the risks when I signed that contract. I knew what I was doing to myself.
Yeah. And
Wow, somebody taking personal accountability.
Right.
That's a new idea.
And you know, this ain't 60 years ago when they had just the leather
Oh,
helmet
yeah.
and didn't let you drink water during
Right. Well,
practice.
and then,
I
well,
mean,
this
And
is
guys were
also,
smoking on the sidelines. This still NFL films.
millennials are
That happened
officially
to Davidson.
millennials are officially our NFL players now.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
millennials are
Coach's
officially
name
here.
did
This
that,
is
I
the
think.
millennial era of the NFL.
Yeah.
Here we are. And
So all the political correctness
everything's
is being dragged into it.
Well,
Right.
watch another
The
5
rules
years.
are-
A coach is going to tell a player to do something, and he's going to get butt hurt because he talked to him the wrong tone. And he's going to run off crying.
you missed
That's
out
all
earlier.
there.
We were talking a little bit about
Yeah.
Nick Saban and
that happened to Saban when he was in Miami.
Made a guy cry.
Made a guy cry.
Yeah.
Literally made a
Yeah.
300-pound defensive lineman
grown
cry.
man cry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he got on to him for being late.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your fault. You were late.
Yeah. It wasn't my
Exactly.
fault, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, accountability.
Oh, that's when I would have looked at him and said, okay, this isn't my fault either. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Yeah.
You did it.
Off with the draft. You guys get to watch that this past weekend?
A little bit of it. Saw a little
Thursday,
bit of
Friday?
the first round. A little bit of the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Didn't watch a minute of it.
The Saints did not have a pick in the first round. I don't. They picked 62nd, I think it was.
48th in the second round.
Yeah.
They took a center.
Yeah.
They took a center.
Yeah.
I guess that was
Which,
smart. They need.
well,
Yeah.
the one thing about the Saints, when the interior of their line, that's where they've spent their money. When they have to be strong up the middle because one of the things, Breeze is a shorter quarterback, and they've always done that. They've spent their money on the interior. They've been real strong. The tackles. I also think a lot of that goes with blocking scheme too, because
Right.
tackles, a lot of times you can help with tackles. You can chip, you can leave a tight end over there, you can chip with a back. You can get in formations that you can help your tackles.
Yeah.
But your interiors, that's where so much that bull rush. Breeze cannot have guys in his face.
right.
He just can't handle the pressure in his face like that.
Yeah.
And then again, it goes back to his size.
Right,
So they've
right.
always spent their money on the interior.
Right.
And you look at, they got Wharton, which tells me that Max Unger is probably on the way out the door.
That's what I thought.
He had some injuries,
Mm-hmm.
and the left guard. Help me out, Chad. I forget the left guard. But it also hurt him last year when they lost Clemente. Clemente was that swing guy. I think he played every position on the line last year except for center.
Oh, okay.
And he was just that swing guy, versatile, could kind of do it
Right.
all.
Was it
And,
the guy with no vowels in his last name?
Clemente.
No, it's about the guy you. Well, I think it was the guy with the no vowels. Ramczyk.
Oh,
I know he got.
Ramczyk.
Yeah.
He played the tackle spot.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Pete. Andrews Pete's
Pete, that's right.
is the left
Yeah.
tackle, and
Yeah.
he was a high draft pick as well. So
Well, they let Mark Ingram go to Baltimore.
Yeah. Not happy.
And it looks like they've replaced him with Latavius Murray. Thoughts?
running backs are a dime a dozen. I do like Ingram. I wish they would have retained his services. But think about this: the Saints won a Super Bowl with an undrafted free agent at tailback, Pierre Thomas.
Yeah.
If you look at the whole landscape of that offense, the only 2 first-round picks on that offense were Jeremy Shockey, and he was at the end of his career, and Dante Stallworth. The rest of that team, you had an undrafted Pierre Thomas, you had a Lance Moore who was cut from the Falcons. Thank you, Falcons. Cut from the Falcons practice squad, I think, twice before the Saints picked him up. Then you also had Marcus Colston drafted in the 7th round. The other running back was Mike Bell. He was an undrafted guy. So Skill players, dime a dozen, you can find them. They're all over the place. But you win up front at your lines of scrimmage. Go back to the Giants, those two good Giants teams that beat the Patriots. How'd they do it? They were able to rush 4, and they were able to run the football.
Yeah.
If you can rush 4 and cover with 7 against the Patriots, those are the teams that have given them, like the Broncos. Remember the Broncos beat them at Mile High in the conference championship game?
Right.
Same recipe.
Right.
So
Even the Eagles 2 years ago.
yeah,
Our line on both sides was
phenomenal.
yeah. Yeah.
So while I do have a sentimental attachment to Ingram, I mean he's a saint.
Yeah.
He played at Bama.
Yeah.
You know, and growing up as a kid, I always liked the Dolphins, but I found out real fast that I was more of a Marino fan than a Dolphin fan.
Right.
Everybody was.
And because back then you only
He
got
did, man. I tell you, I knew this cat. We were rooting
Oh,
for him,
yeah.
and every time I saw him, he's wearing a Dolphin starter
That's right.
jacket.
Back then, you got 2
Yeah.
games a week on Channel 5. You got the Dolphins, and you got the Saints on 10,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it, brother. There wasn't any satellite. There wasn't any NFL packages or
Yeah.
anything like
Yeah.
that. That's what you got. There was no Thursday night football. There was no Sunday night football. So you got Monday night, which the Saints, at one point in their franchise, were so bad they were never on Monday night football. So it was you got the Saints, and you had the Dolphins on Channel 5, and then of course watching his father play for the Dolphins. And but I have that attachment to him. But one thing I've learned: players come and go, free agency.
Oh yeah.
You know, there is no such thing as loyalty. There's
No.
there's loyalty only to themselves and money. And I mean, I'm in no way shaming or getting on those players. If I were in that position, I'd probably do it too.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever offered me millions of dollars to play football, so so I've never been on that end of it. I can just speak from the perspective that I totally get it and understand.